Hello everyone, this is Enchanting, and welcome to another comparisons related video, this time on magic mods, so things such as enchantments, using potions, certain other systems, and using different blocks to get additional spells, staves, this, that and the other. So we'll go through a fair few of them and see. So, first is random enchantments, which adds additional enchantments. So you've got solar for slowly repairing things outside, as long as it's seeing the sun, I would assume. You've got items, obviously, that will, with the enchantment, will no longer despawn. Items with the enchantment that are immune to all forms of damage. Magnetic for, obviously, having lots teleport to you, or mob drops. And obviously an enchantment for teleporting dropped items to a linked inventory. And there's other additional stuff that, besides being for everything, is for specifics like bows, a bow or sword, swords, tools, fishing rod, armor, and curses. And you see a fair amount of them here. And obviously a fair amount of them have different tiers, but most of them seem to just have a singular level or tier. And a few curses also have additional levels and tiers by the looks of things. So yeah. Other than that, we have Project E, which obviously is similar to equivalent exchange, obviously more so common to be the same as E2 rather than E1 or E3. And it obviously adds in the alchemical chest, transmutation table, a bunch of other additional stuff. I don't think I have it installed right now, but I'll also probably cover that in the history of mods follow-up or something. So yeah, we have Darkcraft Reloaded, which is obviously a continuation of the Darkcraft mod, adding in the Force tools, some armor, Force Furnace, a bunch of other aspects, Force Sapling or Tree, which obviously you would use to then branch off into certain other aspects, because obviously you start with a certain other type of beginning. Pretty sure it may be, trying to remember, possibly power ore, I think it was, and then from there you get it and use it for then making the power sapling or power tree, and then use the force logs and other additional stuff. There is no generator, I think, yet. It is the infuser, furnace, planks, magnet glove, force pack, additional other stuff. There's still the force mitts. I'm not sure if you can still find them in structures though. And there's obviously a bunch of other things like decoration blocks and so on. But yeah, a fair amount of it is here. It's not finished yet, but a fair amount of past features as well as maybe some new ones might come about. But for now, this is the state of the mod at the moment. See a fair amount there. Next we have EssentialCraft, which adds a dimension and a bunch of other additional things. So I probably could have counted this more in the dimension side, but obviously it does have some magic aspects, a few tools, and some other things. And magic can be kind of broad when coming across some mods, so it may have it where besides the biomes and dimensions and such, there's probably additional aspects, but for the most part I would assume it's a dimension mod. Maybe not so much infusion, I'm not too sure, but either way, just another mod to cover. We have Vanilla Magic, which is a really interesting mod that allows you to do multiple different things that are in some ways tech related, otherwise crafting and some spells, I guess. But it's all using vanilla, it's not using anything else. The closest you'll get, obviously, is just particle effects doing certain things. So what it adds is obviously these books that you get on spawn, and if you read through them you can come across different spells. So you've got a flint and steel clone, using stuff like blaze, doing stuff with mobs, summoning mobs. Which there's quite a lot of, even bosses, striking thunder, equivalent to a ghast fireball, pulling entities to a player in a magnet type way, freezing water, moving in the air, teleportation, teleporting to a dimension, a meteor strike, making rain happen, changing the weather, making a thunderstorm. There's a lot of different possibilities, and you can obviously craft these books if you wanted to. Otherwise though, you can make other things like a crystal, or use the nether star in a magnet type form, which I've covered similar to these in 1.14 and 1.15. This is where they originally came from. You can obviously grow crops, do other certain things. There's a lot going on with using different magic elements, as well as obviously an auto crafting aspect, a chunk loader, a quarry, which in 1.11 and prior you could use power with, but you can't in the 1.12 version, I'm pretty sure. Get information about the quarry. The achievements is what you would use to technically guide you, besides what these do with detailing, I guess, how you would do it, but also just what they are as well. So you can also craft stuff. How to build the altar tiers, which is an outlining, which you start with a cauldron and redstone dust ring. And so on. So, quite a lot. I definitely recommend the 1.11 version, because obviously the achievements are there, because advancements do take a bit to go about things, and you got your altar tier there. Sorcelation, obviously, adding a ton of different enchantments. I've already covered that, but I might cover that when I switch over to 1.14. We've got Arcana, which is a Thaumcraft-like mod. Dungeons, Taint, and a bunch of other aspects. I'll do that in 1.14 once I switch. Lordcraft, which adds staves, 6 different destiny paths, depending on which you go for, based on an element, so whether it be water, earth, fire, air, light, dark, and there's other additional things. There's also other aspects such as a forge for going about upgrading things, so for your different components, making your different materials, 4 timesing of ores, and such like that. So it adds a bunch of different things. Craftomancy, which adds a bunch of different books for spells, different robes, stars, a bunch of other aspects. Elementary staves, which I think I have in here, which adds healing, electricity, fire, and a bunch of stuff based on better dungeons or chocolate quest. Utility staves, which adds a bunch of different staves that add potion effects when right clicking and can be used for just smaller amounts of attack damage. And there is obviously additional modules you can use, as you can see, like that. And that's pretty much it. So I might go over to 1.14 real quick. Okay, with a quick appearance in 1.14, we have Ensorcelation and Arcana. Ensorcelation adds a bunch of different enchantments. So some that are slow down, fire, additional benefits for swords, bows, hoes even, fishing rods, other additional things, and so on. And Arcana adds a bunch of Thaumcraft-like aspects, so crafting, ores, structures, possibly, taint, and other additional aspects. If we do a quick jump back to 1.12, and back in 1.12 we have EssentialCraft with a bunch of tech, magic, and other aspects, as you can see. Thanks so much for watching.